Hi, welcome to my channel. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Don't forget to check the description to this video. I have links to some of my popular videos, a link to my Amazon account for a lot of things that you all ask about. Don't forget I have a bunch of playlists on the home page of this channel. Thank you. Okay, so Debbie was kind enough to send me her instructions. So slice or chop up desired veggies, sprinkle salt over them, and mix them around to coat well. Leave sitting in colander to let the liquid drain off the veggies. Okay, so wait. Okay, so slice them up. We did that. Sprinkle salt over them and mix them around to coat well. Leave sitting in a colander to let the liquid drain off the veggies for 2 hours. So how much salt do you say on here? Dang it. Salt. About 3 tablespoons of, you say kosher salt. I don't even know if I got kosher salt. Hang on, let me look. Yes, I do. So now, 3 tablespoons. So I've got my cucumbers, and I'm going to just do this part with the cucumbers, because that's all that's going to fit in here. I'm going to rinse them off first. And I got my colander, so I'm going to rinse them all off first. I don't remember if your instructions say that, but, well, you didn't cut that one all the way through very good. Okay. Now, 3 tablespoons of kosher salt. 1, 2. I'm actually going to mix them up a little bit here. Being that I'm doing so many vegetables, I might need to do a little bit more kosher salt. And plus this shaking might shake the salt off of them, so. Alright, and 1 more. So I guess I'm doing 4 tablespoons of kosher salt, but that's alright. So now, let them sit for 2 hours and then rinse well. Not trying to keep the salt in the pickles, it's just to soften the veggies so they will absorb the brine better. So now we're going to let those sit for 2 hours and I'll get back with you. Okay, so now for the pickles, the bread and butter pickles, we're going to make the brine. So in the meantime, put all the ingredients in a pan to simmer for 10 minutes. You want to warm it to make the spices bloom and sweetener dissolve. Let it cool and then pour it over the veggies, place in the fridge. They'll taste great the next day. So, let's start at the top. It calls for 2 cups distilled white vinegar. Oh, I left it on the other side of the room. Hang on. We're actually going to make a double batch just because I have so many veggies. And I'd rather have too much than not enough. So, we're going to do 4 cups of vinegar. And again, it's distilled white vinegar. Okay. And then, like I said, we're doing a double batch, so it should be 1 cup water, so we're going to do 2 cups plain water. There's our water. Now, I'm not familiar with the sweeteners, so I'm going to do half the amount starting out with. I've not used a lot of sweeteners, and so I'd rather it not be sweet enough than too sweet. So, just starting out, that's what I'm going to do. So 1 1/4 cup of allulose. So I don't know how much 1 1/4 is. Oh, that's monk fruit. Let's see. So actually, we're going to pretend one's 1 1/4 and one's 1 cup. I'm just going to pretend it's 2 cups. So I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of each sweetener. Because again, I'd rather add more sweetener than if I don't have enough. So I know we're doing a double batch, but still. So here's a 1/2 cup of monk fruit. It's like a science experiment. It's bubbling. And then I'll do a 1/2 cup of allulose. Since this is a double batch, I should be doing 1 cup of each, but I'm not mentally ready for that yet. So make sure it's still a 1/2 cup. Half cup of allulose. Alrighty. Then pickle fresh, 1/8 teaspoon per pint, 1/4 teaspoon per quart. I don't know. I don't know. You know me. I don't know. Let's pretend this is 8 teaspoon per pint. Let's do a 1/2 teaspoon. And just go start with the 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. Right. Then it is 1 tablespoon mustard seed. I have ground mustard. I don't know if that's the same. Y'all are going to be yelling at your thing saying, no, Terry, but I have to double it. So 2 tablespoons of mustard, ground mustard. Maybe I'll do not quite 2 tablespoons in case there's a big difference in what I'm using. 1 teaspoon celery seed. 1 teaspoon celery seed. A 1/2 teaspoon of black peppercorns. So a 1/2 teaspoon. Oh, wait a minute. So at 1/2 teaspoon of celery seed, that should have been done twice. I don't think I did that twice. If I did, well, I might be messing up. But so here's the other 1/2 teaspoon of the celery seed. So, oh no, 1 teaspoon. Well, anyway, I got 1.5. No. There. All right. So there's 2 teaspoons of celery seed. I keep forgetting I'm doubling it. So a 1/2 teaspoon of black peppercorns would be 1 teaspoon of black peppercorns. I got these big old kinds. So 1 teaspoon. Then a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric for 1. But I'm doing a double, so I need 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Okay. And then 8 teaspoon of ground cloves. I'm going to do 1/8, so it'd be a 1/4, right? A 1/4 teaspoon, yeah, 1/4. So we'll do a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. Then, okay, so that's all the stuff. Let's go to the oven. Okay, I got it going. And I'll bring it to a simmer. Ziggy, oven timer, 10 minutes.
Oven timer, 10 minutes, starting now.
Just gonna give it a little taste. Ooh, that tastes good. Ooh, that really tastes good. I could probably go on and add a little more of the sweetener. But I think I'm just gonna leave it as it is for now. I'm not used to like a sweet taste from my pickles. Let's let it go a little longer. Or I mean, let's wait till it's simmered for 10 minutes, and then we'll test it and see what we think then. Okay, so the cucumbers and the zucchini have been sitting for actually longer than 2 hours, but I'm gonna rinse them off. Just gonna kind of spray them a little bit and then give them a couple flips to help make sure I get all that salt off there. How's your Saturday going? Or whatever day this is that I upload these pickles. I know y'all are going to want these as soon as I get them done. So, as soon as I get these done, I'll make sure I get to editing this. So, maybe for you, it's Sunday. Anyway, so those I've rinsed off. And now I'll finish letting this over here simmer. And then I'll get back to you after it's simmered for about 10 minutes. We'll taste it and see what we think. Okay, we still have some more time, but I tasted it again and I think it does meet the monk fruit and the allulose. I think it needs the other at least, because remember I did a fourth of what it called for. It calls for 1 cup and 1 cup for the batch, and I doubled it, so in theory it calls for 2 cups and 2 cups. So now I'm just going to do a full cup of the monk fruit and that's 1 full cup of the allulose. Whoa. And let's let that all kind of get in there and simmer, and we'll see what we think of that. I still may end up having to put the full amount of it in there, and I'll let you know if I do or not. Okay, I double checked my email to make sure I word this correctly. Debbie says that when you're replacing sugar, she said originally it was 2 1/4 cup of sugar. And whatever you're replacing it with, all sugars, some sugars are a little bit different, like the amount of sweetener that it takes to replace a certain amount of sugar kind of varies depending on the sugar. So she said some sweeteners you need more of and some less of. So whatever sweetness you add, it needs to add up to about 2 1/4 cups in 1 serving of sugar. So like I said, I did less. I'm just going to kind of leave it at that and see what I think. If I feel like I need more later, I'll add a squirt of stevia or something. But now I feel like it tastes pretty good. I like that. It's I'm having my head over the vinegar and it kind of burns my throat and nose. But I'm going to turn it off and scoot it back and let it cool. And then we'll add it to our cucumber. So see you in a little bit. Okay, this has cooled down. Let's get it poured into our pickles. Well, let's pickle our cucumbers and zucchini. Hang on, I've splashed a little bit. It has turmeric in it, so it's going to make it colorful. So you definitely want to not let that stain your counter. Hold on. Hold her, Newt. As my grandma used to say, hold her, Newt. And there. It was good. Glad I made a double batch of it. As many cucumbers and stuff that I used. So now that it's cooled down, I want to take a little spoon and give it a little taste test. But I want to put this over it and kind of give it a shake a little bit. I know it's not sat in there long enough, so I know it's not going to be done. I just still want, you know me, I want to taste one. Taste it with a little of that brine in there. No, I don't want a whole peppercorn. Just a little bite. Oh yeah. That's good. You know me. I really want to add some balsamic vinegar to it. But I'll let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So I'm going to let it go and then we'll taste it tomorrow. Okay, it's been quite a little while, several hours since I made up these pickles. So we are going to dig deep for one that has been submerged. But first, let's taste the brine. This is just the brine. That's good. That's good. Now let's try the bread and butter. Very similar. I think the one thing is that there's probably more sweetness to this than this. But you all saw I only used half of the amount of sugar because I I wasn't sure I was mentally or, ready to do it. So I did it very minimum. I did half the amount. So, all right, let's try a pickle with it, or a cucumber. All right. Debbie, you are on to something. That's good. That's really, really good. I want to see if I have a cucumber. I mean, I know I cut. Oh, here's one. Debbie Sue, look at you, girl. Y'all, this will be posted down in the comments, and you can thank Debbie Sue. Zucchini's good in it, too. Yeah, I really think the only difference I taste the same seasonings, like I'm guessing it's like the mustard and seed and the and the celery seed and stuff. Hot diggity! I'm gonna have to put a little bit in a container and take a little of that to my mama tomorrow. So
But it's only me by Lil Baby and similar tracks.
Ziggy, stop! Ziggy, stop! I don't know what the heck she heard. Anyway, good job, Debbie. Very, very good. Thank you for sending me this recipe. Woohoo! I love it. Okay, bye.